Welcome guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Shiksha Lok. In this channel, I am providing the contents related to aptitude and reasoning, and I am also providing the tricks and tips to solve these questions very quickly. So let's move on to the part 2 of clocks problems. So we learn some more points regarding clocks. So the first point is when the two hands are at right angle, they are 15 minutes space apart. So you are seeing the clock here. It's 3 o'clock and the angle between them is 90 degrees, so they are at right angle, so they are 15 minutes space apart. When the two hands are in opposite direction, they are 30 minutes space apart. So the time is 6 now, so they are at 180 degrees, so that is in opposite direction both are, so the time between them is 30 minutes. So these two are important points. Theta equal to 30x minus 5.5y, which is a formula to calculate angle between hour and minute hand. So both the hands of a clock are together after every 65 into 5 by 11 minutes. So when there is a time, whenever there is a 1 hour, from hour to hour, the two hands are together after every 65 into 5 by 11 minutes. So we assume that after every hour, that is 60 minutes, they are together, but that's not true. So you can find it by using this formula. So consider 12 o'clock as your base clock. So for both hands to be together, angle between them is 0 degree. So putting theta equals to 0 and time x equals to 12, we need to find the y, at what time they are together. So after solving for y, you will get it as 65 into 5 by 11 minutes. So after each 65 into 5 by 11 minutes, both the hands, in 60 minutes, the minute hand gains 55 minutes on the hour hand. So consider here 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock as base point. So in 12 o'clock, both the hands are together, so the minute hand doesn't gain anything, so here it is 0. When it is going to 1 o'clock, the minute hand covers 60 minutes, whereas our hand covers 5 minutes of distance. So the effective distance covered by minute hand over the hour hand is 60 minutes by minute hand minus, in that 60 minutes, 5 minutes is covered by hour hand, so it's 60 minus 5 is equals to 55 minutes. So in every 60 minute, the minute hand gains 55 minutes on the hour hand. So remember this, by using this formula, most of the questions are solved. So this is golden point. So here are some results, so you can use these results directly. So the hands of a clock coincide or opposite in direction 22 times in a day. So whenever there is a clock, for example, take 1 hour 5 minutes, so both the hands are coinciding. So like that, in a day, those two hands are coincide in 22 times. They are opposite. For example, take a time of 6 o'clock. In 6 o'clock, hour hand and minute hand both are opposite. So like that, 22 times they are opposite in a day. So this is a standard result. The hands of a clock are straight 44 times in a day. So coinciding 22 plus opposite 22, so both are straight 44 times in a day. The hands of clock are at right angle 44 times in a day. The hands of a clock are at right angle 44 times in a day. For example, we took an example of 3 o'clock. In 3 o'clock, both the hands are in right angles. So like that, in each hour you can find it 2 times. So for 12 hours it is 22 times, and for one day it is 44 times. Okay, so these are some standard results. So based on these, so many questions are asked, so you can answer directly. So let's move on to problems. So in previous class we seen some of couple of standard problems. So now we will take some more extra problems. So first problem says, at what time between 5 and 6 o'clock are the hands of a clock 3 minutes apart? So the time is between 5 and 6. So both the hands are 3 minutes apart. So we need to find that time. At what time those both hands are 3 minutes apart? So let's solve this. We know at 5:25. So that's not true, but approximately at 5:25 both the hands are together. So we need to find the time between them when they are 3 minutes apart. So the time lies between 5:25 and 5:30. So before 5:25 they are 3 minutes apart, and after 5:25 they are 3 minutes apart. We need to find those two times. So let us consider when both the hands are 3 minutes apart before 5:25. So before 5:25 means we need to subtract that 3 minute aparts from 25. So 25 minus 3 equal to 22 minutes. So minute hand gains 22 minutes and hour hand is about 5. So we know that the standard formula, that is 55 minutes are gained in 60 minutes. You've seen that. So I said that's important and keep that in mind. So 55 minutes are gained in 60 minutes. So now we have 22 minutes. The minute hand covered 22 minutes. So for that 22 minutes, what is the time we need to find? T into 22 by 55. So after solving this, you are going to get 24 minutes. So at 5:24, the time between hour hand and minute hand is 3 minutes apart. 24, both the hands are 3 minutes apart. So this is case 1. In case 2, when they are 3 minutes apart, the minute hand crosses 25. So we need to find that time. So 3 minutes apart, we can find it in two ways. So one is 5:25 before, one is 5:25 after. So when is 5:25 after, so take 25 minutes. So that's a base. 25 plus 3 minutes after. So we can take, for after we can add it. So 25 plus 3, which equals 28 minutes. As usual, we know that 55 minutes are gained in 60 minutes. So 28 minutes are gained in dash. So put it in equation. So 60 into 28 divided by 55. After solving this, you get 31 into 5 by 11 minutes. So at 5:31, approximately at 5:31 into 5.5 by 11 minutes, both hands are of 3 minutes apart. So that's answer. So for this we have two answers. So based on options, you need to take it. Okay, let's move on to next one. So this is homework for you. So same question, at what time between 9 and 10 o'clock are the hands of clock or 23 minutes spaces apart? So I will tell you idea. At 9:45. Okay, so at 9:45, so that's our assumption that at 9:45 both the hands are together. So take 45 as base. So subtract and add 23 to that. So they are 23 minutes apart. So for which case you are getting a valid answer, you need to find. And one more hint I am going to give, for this question there is only one solution. So find that and put in a chart box. So let me know. Okay, so let's move to next problem. Problem 3. A clock is set right at 5 a.m. So today is a Sunday. A morning 5 a.m. a clock is set correctly. Clock loses 60 minutes in 24 hours. So a day has 24 hours and clock loses 16 minutes in that. So after losing 16 minutes, it only remains 23 hours and 44 minutes. Okay, that point is written. So when clock loses 16 minutes in 24 hours, a day has only 23 hours and 44 minutes after losing that. Okay, what will be the true time when the clock indicates 10 p.m. on 4th day? So today is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. At Thursday night 10 p.m. so you need to find the correct time. So from today 5 a.m. to Thursday 10 p.m. so there will be 89 hours. So how it is 89 hours? So for 3 days it's 72 hours. For fourth day it's 12 plus 5 hours, which is 17. 17 plus 72 which comes 89 hours. Okay, we need to find the correct time. So now 10 p.m. is a false time because after losing it's showing 10 p.m. So what if it doesn't lose any time and it shows correct time? So for that we need to find. So we know this, when clock was 60 minutes, a day has only 23 or 45 minutes. So after converting it to a pure hour, so 44 divided by 60 you do. So cross multiplication and do for that mixed fraction. So we'll get 356 by 15 hours. So which is a total hour in 18 in a day. In a day we have 356 by 15 hours now after losing. So if 356 by 15 hours of this clock, so this is a wrong clock which after losing is showing. If this wrong clock have 24 hours of correct clock, okay, after losing it's showing wrong time. So when it is showing wrong time, the 24 hours are correct time. So now we have 89 hours after losing. So for this, so what is the correct time? So put it in equation. So 28 into 15 into 29 by 356. So after doing this you will get that. So after solving this you will get 90 hours of clock, which is right time. So when wrong time it's showing 89 hours. Okay, so when it is showing 89 hours at that time, we seeing the time as 10 p.m. Okay, it's wrong time. But now correct time is 90 hours because we got 90 hours as correct time. So we need to add 1 to this 10. So we'll get 11 p.m. So the basic funda of this question is a clock loses or gains. So when it gains, we need to add that to 24 hours and we need to follow the same procedure. So when it loses, we need to subtract that from 24 hours and we do same procedure. So we'll get the correct time. So when it loses time, you will get more time than you assumed. So you need to add that to exact time. When it gains, you will get less time after solving. So you need to subtract that from exact time. So that's the motto of this question. Here is small homework, a small twist in that a watch which gains 5 seconds in 3 minutes was set right at 7 a.m. in the afternoon of the same day when the watch indicated quarter past 4 o'clock. So that is 4:15. 4:15. So the true time is. So today morning at 7 a.m. the clock was set right. So for each 3 minutes it loses 5 seconds. So for 1 hour how many seconds it loses? So it loses 100 seconds. Okay, for 1 hour it loses 100 seconds. So like that from 7 to 4:15 how many hours are there? According to that how many seconds it has lost. So it's the same method we used in the previous clock. So you will get correct time. Post the answer for this question also in comment box. So let me know the answer. So this is a very expected questions in most of the interview, or you can take aptitude exam. So the reflex angle between the hands of a clock of 10:25 is dash. So there is an angle between two clocks. So reflex angle indicates the remaining angle in 360 degree. Okay. So first we need to find the angle between two hands, substituting in this formula. So theta equals to 13 to 10 minus this 5.5 to 25. So 10:25. So we'll get theta as 162.5 degree. So reflex angle means in the full 360 angle. So what is the remaining angle? So that's 360 minus 162.5. So we'll get reflex angle as 197. So we'll get reflex angle as 197.5. Okay. So solve for this question. So it's of same type and comment in the comment section. Okay. So now problem 7. A clock strikes once at 1 o'clock, twice at 2 o'clock, and thrice at 3 o'clock, and so on. So what is the total number of strikes in a day? So at 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. you can take. At 1 a.m. it strikes once. At 2 o'clock it strikes twice. So you can see this in wall clocks. Okay. So many people have wall clock. So in the wall clock at 1 a.m. the pendulum is there. The pendulum strikes one time. So at 2 o'clock it strikes two times. At 3 o'clock three. At 2 o'clock thrice. So they are asking, so what is the total number of strikes in a day? So in a day we have 24 hours. So at 1 o'clock it's striking one times, at 2 o'clock 2, at 3 o'clock 3, at 4 o'clock 4, and so on. We have 24 hours in a day. So it strikes 24 times. So we know the sum of first n natural numbers formula as S means sum. So sum equals to n into n plus 1 by 2. So here n is the total number striking, so that is 24 hours. So 24 into 24 plus 1 by 2. So you solve this, you will going to get it as 300. What do you think? Is it correct or not? 300? No, it's wrong, because in a clock we have only 12 hours. So we need to calculate that sum only for 12 hours, and we need to multiply it by 2 so as to get for full day. In a full clock you have only 12 hours. So the strikings is only for 12 hours. After 12 hours it again starts by 1. So when it's starting by 1, again it strikes only one time, not 13 times. Okay, so we need to do it for 12, and we need to multiply that by 2 so as to get the correct strikings in full day. So solve this. S equal to 12 into 12 plus 1 by 2. So you'll get 78. So in a day you will do multiplication it by 2. So you'll get 156 times. So total number of strikes in a day is 156 times. So remember this problem. So this is a very, very tricky problem. So you can get fault in that 24, but it's actually is 12. So do it for 12. Okay, so that's it. So in total number of strikings in a day is 156. So this is the last question of this clocks. It says a wall clock takes 9 seconds in ringing at 9 o'clock. The time it will take in ringing at 11 o'clock is. So by this you can directly say it takes 11 seconds to ring at 11 o'clock, but that's not true. So between 9 rings there are 8 intervals. So that is, let us take from 12 to 9. So that will make 9 o'clock. So between that there are 8 intervals. So to ring in 8 intervals it takes 9 seconds. So they are asking it for 11 o'clock. So in 11 o'clock there are 10 intervals. So for 10 intervals how many time it takes? So do cross multiplication, you will get, so 10 into 9 by 8, which is equals to 11.25 seconds. So by common assumptions we'll guess it as 11 seconds, but that's not true. So if they ask it for 12 o'clock, so instead of 10 intervals there are 11 intervals. So do the same calculation to get the answer. So in this question please do take care of that interval part. So that's it. So that's it for clocks. So for more aptitude and reasoning content, follow Shikshalok, and I'm uploading the notes in my Telegram channel. The link of the channel is given in the description. So do follow that. So thank you.